Hello, everybody. Love and light, peace and blessings. It is your girl, Catalea. We got a double header today. We just finished with our art of God talking about Black love, him and his beautiful wife, Honeybell. Now we have the beautiful Sheila from Yamaya's Gift, and we will be talking about herbal remedies for your health, everything holistic. And so I wanted to bring her on here because I actually seen her on another platform, and she was like, giving out some good advice, and she had some great products. So if you could go ahead and introduce yourself, Sheila, and let everybody know who you are, where they can find you, and all of that good stuff.
Okay, well, my name is Sheila. A lot of my patients see me as Miss She. I am the owner, operator, the everything of Yamaya's Gift, which is my holistic health line. I do a lot of natural herbs. Many of my tea blend, I also do tea blends as well. So I also do some other natural supplements, a few things of that nature. But that is me. You can find me on Facebook as well as Instagram under Yamaya's Gift. That's YAMAYASGIFT.
Okay, so thank you so much for having us. Let's talk about some of your products. Like, let everybody know like some of the things that you offer.
Okay, well, right now I would say one of my best sellers is my elderberry syrup. Of course, during these times of COVID, everybody's wanting to boost their immune system, want to make sure we keeping away any type of virus, anything that's going to get inside you, make you sick. And the elderberry is one of a great product to do that. It's also good for that lingering cough. That after you coming down, that little cough that you can't really get rid of. It does include mullein, which is a really good lung herb. It also, it is one of those that really lubricates your lungs, so it helps you to move that mucus. So that's one of the herbs I infuse into my syrup. So that's one of the best things that are going right now. I have that available in the syrup as well as gummy form. Another product I have, which is where I actually started from, is my fibroid finisher. Where I came from, I had 5 fibroids, and I was able to heal myself naturally using that tea. So that's when I started getting popularity. That was one of those top products, and it's still working now. I love it. I keep some in the refrigerator because it also tastes nice. And then I'll have another product called Horny Honey. A lot of people love that, male and female.
Did y'all hear that?
Yes,
Horny
yes.
honey.
And I love when people say, "Well, what does it do?" But
Right. I'm like, what does it do? Let us know, Sheila.
it's a straw. It is a honey straw. I infuse it with different herbs like tonkat, ali, and different things that are, stimulating herbs. I add just into the honey, and it's just a simple straw. And that's something that also came from. My husband has a friend who, due to health challenges, that was the area he struggled in. And then it's kind of, it's kind of embarrassing sometimes for a man to speak out. So they end up going to the gas station and get stuff that had them real sick.
Yeah,
So,
those little hornet goat weed and all that stuff. Yes, I know what you're
yeah,
talking about.
they're about to kill themselves. And you for that.
And you right.
So that was one. So that was a very that's what came behind that product, is because I really did want to help him without harming him with this different medication. So the product came from, and it's awesome. It was a great product test.
Okay. Okay. So those are some of the products you offer now. So tell us, like, give us a synopsis of like how you actually got started. Like, because it's a lot of people who feel like, I wanna get into holistic health. I want to start learning about herbs. Like, can you give us like a little bit of like what made you really start doing this, and how did you really take it seriously?
I honestly you have to actually be called into it, because I started with just, as they say, heal thyself. When it became, it was just high blood pressure, simple things that we hear a lot about that's what we say, oh, it's hereditary, it runs in my family. So it kind of just started with high blood pressure, and I didn't like the way the medication made me feel. So what my husband did was he began to look up different foods that I could eat. And then I was already kind of dealing with herbs a little bit, but just as far as drinking tea, for energy to go to sleep, simple things, nothing that I would have thought about as far as with health condition, you know. So it just kind of went from there. I just started looking up the different herbs and seeing what would work for me, trying different combinations, and then it just started working, And then it just kind of built from there. Then when I started taking the class, I started taking classes about herbs. So but I started with myself because I felt like I had enough things that began coming on because I started getting older. I had enough going on that I was able to just start with myself. And then when you start doing something and people start looking at, oh, well, what you doing? I see you different, then they began to ask. And it actually took a long time before. So when I sat down with someone, and it was like, why don't you do this as a business? It never crossed my mind
Right.
to even do it as a business. But when I did, I was amazed at, and I don't know why, but it was just the amount of people who were actually into it, because it always kind of makes me feel a little bit on the outside when we live the way that we do, where everybody else would just say, girl, just get the medicine. But I'm like, no, I rather, they're like, you got sticks and rocks in the cup talking about that's your medicine. So you always feel a little bit, on the outside when you do things, naturally anyway. So I didn't think anyone would be, we're interested. But then when I
Right.
did start speaking out and made a business, I was amazed at how many people actually were interested and were just at their wits end with their doctor or with their current, what they're doing now.
Right. No, I completely understand that. What else is I gonna ask you? Okay, so it's a lot of people. Like, can you give like yeah. Okay, so we have Tranisha. That's my sis. Hey sis. She
Hey,
wanted to
sis.
know, do you have any herbal remedies for fibroids and thyroid disease? Because I actually just got rid of thyroid cancer and I had to go through myself, I had to go through chemo. So I had to take chemo pills for it.
Mhm.
So do you have like any herbal remedies that would be good for fibroids and thyroid disease? I know you said you had one.
Yeah, I do. It's the fibroid finisher tea it's on my website, and that's definitely it's available. And I'm actually doing it, and before I used to just have it in small amounts, but the elderberry and the fibroid finisher, because those are kind of my top sellers, I'm making it so people can actually buy larger quantities, and some people are buying them in bulk because they have their own stores of over things that they're doing. They just get their herbs from me. So I definitely would recommend that product because I use that product, and I did 5 fibroids within 90 days.
Whoa, that's amazing.
Yeah, now I didn't have huge fibroids, but the largest one they said was about the size of a plum. That was the largest
Okay.
one. I know
Okay,
they
that's
get really
good.
big.
So what about the thyroid? Do you have anything for thyroids or can you recommend
Well,
anything for thyroids?
well, the thyroid, I mean, it all depends if it's over or under,
Mm-hmm. I know
because
that.
if you,
I know mine was
mhm,
over. I don't know about you, sis, but I know mine was over. Yeah.
okay,
She
yeah,
said,
you know
can you
what,
she said, can you say your website again?
Yamaya's Gift, YAMAYASGIFT.com. And that name is actually, it's a combination of my daughters. It's both of my daughters. My oldest daughter's name is Yadira, and my youngest daughter's name is Maya. So I combine
Okay.
their names. Yadira is she actually passed away as a baby, so I combined their name kind of like as a sister, looking over little sister type of deal. So
Oh, my
that's how
condolences.
I got that name. Oh,
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
because a lot of people always see it and they automatically think of you, Maya, the Orisha.
Oh, I know. I really love that name. That's a beautiful name. So she said hers is overactive as well. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's why I was kind of making sure. I want to make sure because it does. Now with that, you can do bladder wrack. But now this is the thing, what I always want to make sure that people understand when it comes to any kind of herbal remedy or anything like that. Your diet is what it's going to go hand in hand with it. Okay, so you can have thyroid, you can take Laterac, you can take whatever you want, whatever you want to. But if your diet is, I mean, if your diet is trash, it's going to reflect. You know what I'm saying? Because it all goes hand in hand. So you have to make sure when you're healing yourself, you're also to take your herbs. You're gonna also let it reflect in your diet as well. And then you also want to make sure that you add any type of meditation or yoga, any type of spiritual practice in it, and to make sure, because really good with your thyroid. You also want to, you can work with a lot of turquoise things. So you want to, right here,
Okay.
things.
Okay. Okay. That's cool. Well, thank you for that information. So you said as a lot of our health issues have to do with, eating, like not eating well. So can you tell me, like, you being a herbalist, what would the healthy diet look like for you?
Okay, a healthy diet for me would look, I would say a balanced diet. Eat it as clean as healthy, as clean as possible. If you feel like you have to eat meat, I would always say make sure that you eat in grass food. Don't eat just, that steroid filled food. I would say you always make sure that you eat from all of the food groups. I personally choose not to, choose to cut back on the meat products. But I also need
I don't
to,
eat meat at all, so I feel you.
yes, I'm saying that's my personal, but I don't want to get my head bit off with somebody saying, well, I say I do this and this would work for me. Well, all means, do you? But just as for me, try to eat as clean as possible. Try to prepare all of your food. If you're gonna use salad dressing, make it. If you're gonna use ketchup, make it. If you're gonna use mayo, make it. Have full control over whatever it is that you're going to eat, because that's what I feel like is the issue with all those preservatives and those unnatural additives that go into the food.
Yeah, because a
Because
lot of people don't understand that they put a lot of cancer causing agents in a lot of
Mhm.
our food, whether it be, like you said, something simple as a ketchup or, anything like that. So, I mean, I haven't got to the point where I'm making my own ketchup or anything like that. I hope I can get to that level. What do you say for people who are eating like chicken and meat? Like, how would you suppose they go about trying to find something that's less, like, with less antibiotics and those sort of things? What would your suggestion be?
That's why I was saying before, like the grass-fed meats. If you want to eat them, make sure you're eating a healthy meat. Like that sounds funny saying it, a healthy meat. But but make sure that you're saying, make sure that you're eating some, and also something that was killed humanely as well. You got to keep that in mind as well. So you also don't want to go. So you're not going to the meat store. I know it's cheap. I know it's convenient, but you want to actually think about the quality of the food that you're eating. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to just get anything. And that's where it comes a lot of the problem, where sometimes we've grown so accustomed to just eating anything that we're fine with everything.
I agree. Like, so for me, I know because occasionally I may eat like fish or whatever, occasionally. So for me, I feel like a Trader Joe's or somewhere like that is because it says on the packaging, like I can look on the packaging and it says um naturally fed, and
Hmm.
it gives you all the instructions. And another thing that a lot of people think, that just because you're vegetarian that you're eating healthy vegetables. So do you want to expound on how do people
Yeah.
know if they're eating a vegetable that doesn't have anything in it?
Generally the price. But you could we know you can eat at something good. I have a friend that was vegan, and I was like, you can have some of the most, like, you don't eat meat, but you also eat the cake frosting at the top. So so it's like we have to kind of make sure that we're eating the good things. So you want to stay away from starches. Like those white rice, white grits, white flour, white sugar. You want to get rid of all of those. You can replace them. They have brown rice grits, which in my opinion, and I love grits. I'm in the South. I love grits. But you have brown rice grits, which are really good, and they actually taste better than the regular grits. You have so many options when it comes down to your sugar. You have coconut sugar, which is brown. You have monk fruit sweeteners, and these things actually add that sweetness you want without all of all of the chemicals and crackish behavior of sugar. So even your rice, if you have black rice, you gotta have rice.
I love black rice, by the way. So good.
It is, and it's good.
Yeah,
I
it's really
really enjoy it. I think that's the thing too. I make these, and that's what I do with my kids. Try to make sure that these are exposed to all the different foods that, because I wasn't exposed that much. We ate vegetables, but it was so many that we didn't eat, and my parents didn't eat, so I didn't eat them. So now that I'm getting older, I want to expose my kids to all of them, so you can at least taste it to see if you like it or not.
yeah, I feel like that's one of the misconceptions that a lot of people get when you're eating on the cleaner side, or when you're a vegan or a vegetarian, that the food is not as tasty. But it's so many ways to make the food taste really good. It's so many ways. Like, y'all have no idea, because I be patting myself on the back because I use like rice paper. I know for me, I like the rice paper, and I like to take my mushrooms and then I like to batter them in the rice paper, and I season them real good, and then I just drop them in, fry them, and then when I pull them out, they taste like fried chicken.
Listen, and that's the thing. Like somebody tell me, because I'm not a small person, and they were like, "Well, how you don't eat this and you don't eat that?" I'm like, "Listen, I can cook, so I know that this my food tastes good. Don't think I'm
Right.
being jealous. I like
I
somebody like,
know.
listen, I can cook. So I don't know how y'all what happens when y'all don't eat meat, but mine be fine.
So um can you give us like some a rundown of what you feel like people, the type of herbs or things that people are needing nowadays, just based on us as a whole in our nation?
Okay, so I think, but basically, I think one of my top herbs that I like to use are stinging nettles. I love it because it's one of those herbs that is very versatile. It's good as a good antihistamine. It's high in vitamins. It's very nutrient dense. And then you can do a lot with it. You can make a simple cup of, you can have little tea, or if you want to put it in a capsule, you can put it in a capsule, take it as a pill. But you can also cook with it, because if you can find it fresh, you can cook with it. It's almost like spinach. But even if you can't find it fresh, I have it dried. And whenever, like, if somebody catches a cold or anything like that, and I make some soup, I add nettles to it. So that's one of my herbs. I really enjoy that one. Because you can cook with. I also love red raspberry leaves. That's another one that I really like. It's a very nourishing herb. It's good for us women, men as well. But it also makes a nice cup of tea. It makes a nice cup of tea. It's very good for you. So I think everyone should have some of that. Ashwagandha is another one that I love. That's a very it's a neurological herb. It's very
Hmm.
calming. It's relaxing. Um, I used that. It was at one point in time I had like a little bit of anxiety, and that was one that I made an extract from it, put it under my tongue, and it's very it's you know what I'm saying. It's one of those herbs that really evens you out. So some of us are just really high strong naturally, normally. It's one that you can even give to your children. So some of those, that's it's one of those it's really good. So I like that because the effects that and then it's not last, because these are herbs. Run through your system. It's not something you're gonna have to deal with a whole lot of side effects from.
Okay. So those are some of the ones you feel like people need. Now, what do you feel like? Because I know I do this but I don't know if like all of you guys out there do this, but I use a lot of thyme. So would you say like thyme
Yeah.
is good?
Yeah, but see, time is good, and that's really good for vertigo as well. So that's a good herb, and it tastes good as well. Herb spices you could cook with it, so it's you could do a lot of different things with it. So I like that.
Yeah, I use thyme for, I think I use it for sometimes I use it for my face too. Like that's weird, but I do. Don't keep it on long, y'all. If y'all use thyme, do not, it will turn you orange. Okay?
See, I don't think it's weird because you really can. Like when sometimes if you talk about an herb and then somebody you're like, oh, well, you didn't say this, you didn't say that. Literally, there are so many uses, and that's why I love them. So that's another thing that I find so interesting about herbs. It's just so dynamic. It just that's one of my favorite things because there's so many different ways that you can use one herb. So
Yeah,
many
because
different
I,
uses.
was- I was hearing thyme is good like as an immune system booster too. Is that correct?
Immune booster,
Yes,
immune
like
system booster.
yeah. I mean, that's what I
I'm
heard.
Hey, I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm sure you can. It's antiseptic. I never heard for immune booster, but that's not to say it doesn't. And that's the other thing too. We see when you start incorporating herbs into your diet and your everything. If you go get time and you say it's an immune booster, you're gonna also be doing other things to boost your immune system. So it's gonna automatically say, oh, well, it's time is doing this, but really, let's think about how much you've done, the changes you've made, just adding just that one herb.
Yeah.
So they're gonna all tie into to each other.
Do you feel like if you use like too many natural herbs that it could kind of cancel out another?
Some herbs that can happen. Because keep in mind too, and this is what I always want to remind people of. When you're using herbs, they're not a replacement for healthy living, a healthy lifestyle. So you shouldn't have a whole medicine cabinet full of herbal supplements because a
Because they're
supplement
not the natural thing. Yes, tell it, girl.
because if it's a supplement, meaning that you're not getting it somewhere. The ultimate goal is to have it given from your diet. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to ultimately get it from. So you don't want to depend 100% on pharmaceuticals or herbs. It should just be a natural part of your life and your healing. But you should not always be in your. We should not always. We have to get out of the mentality that we have to always be in a state of healing. You know, so we
So
have
you're
to
saying
take.
like the so you're saying like the pill form of the supplement does not give you the full um benefits of the herb.
No, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you shouldn't rely on herbal supplements to get everything you need. You should be relying on your diet to give you everything that you need.
Right. But the way I was looking at it, because a lot of the herbs that we get are natural herbs, so they're
Mm-hmm.
dried. We should be getting our own like natural that's dried that we can dry. We should use those more so than the pill form. Is what I'm trying to say. Is that do
I
you think?
personally like the whole herbs better than the capsule.
Right.
Yeah, that's my personal preference. I do feel like you get it better faster
Okay.
than having to break down the capsule.
Okay. Okay. So that's kind of right. Now, what else could I say? Like what? Like just basically, what are some tips and advice that you can give us as far as just like holistic health and incorporating it with the herbs, with the eating and things like that? Are there any like advice you could give us?
Start small. Like it's really too big, too vast to try to grasp everything at one time. And that's what many people tell me, like, what all herbs I need, or their screenshot. You're like, oh, I have all of this in my cart, and I'm like, listen, sweetheart, business wise, buy all of that. But do you need all of that? No. You know, especially if you wanted to familiarize yourself with the herb, find out what you have going on with yourself. So if you know you have high blood pressure, So then you want to start looking into things like hawthorn berry, saw palmetto, things of those nature, and start seeing how you can work with that herb. And then get that herb and then work with that herb. Learn with all you can about that one herb. You know what I'm saying? What the different ways you can take it. How does it react with your body? And then once you feel like you learn that herb, then move on to the next. Because a lot of things, what a lot of people do, and I advise against it because my blends don't have a lot of many different herbs mixed into it. Because you can be allergic to herbs. You can have a bad reaction to herbs. So if you go and you want to get this 20 herb blend because it's a super detox, and then you get it and you're allergic to something, how do you know which herb is causing that adverse reaction?
Right.
What you're going to say is, I'm never dealing with the herbs again because I had a bad reaction.
You should always get like allergy tested before you even anything you decide to consume.
And people most of the time they just automatically think because it's natural, then it's okay. I talked about mullein earlier. I'm allergic to it. So I would have never known that if I used it, and I use it often. But I'm allergic to it. So is it when I make my elderberry syrup, it doesn't have that. So but that's what I'm like. Just make sure you don't try to know everything all at once. Don't get overwhelmed. That's what I always tell you. Don't overwhelm yourself with all of the details. Just learn it bit by bit. Because even I'm in business, but I'm still learning. You never stop. So,
do you know like of any herbs? Because I had like 4 people ask me this question. Ladies, I would put y'all name on blast, but I'm not gonna do that to y'all today. But I have 4 ladies ask me this question, and they said, do you know of any natural herbs that could either be a natural breast or butt enhancer?
maca is very good. Maca is very good for that. That is known as also the booty herb. So I have heard of people that use that to actually learn, and get a bigger butt.
What's the name of it again? Hold up. Say it again for
Maca.
the ladies in the back. What?
Maca root.
Okay.
Maca.
Maca. Oh, yeah. My mama told me about Maca. Go ahead. Okay.
Yeah, so that's one that you also can do. And that's one of for your butt also because it actually it's utilized for workout recovery as well. And that was one is versatile. It smells. It is. I love the way it smells. It has like a nutty smell and flavor. So you can put it in a smoothie if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
It has a nice smell and taste.
Okay.
And then also fenugreek.
That's for the boobs. I know what that is. I already got those though.
See, here I am. I've been wearing a bra since like the third grade. So I don't know anything.
I'm just saying they asked me, so I had to ask. Y'all heard it, maca and fenugreek.
Yes. And fenugreek is good. That's good too because you can cook with it. It almost has like a curry, it almost smells like curry when you heat it up.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So you can use it, and then so you can use it that way. You can make a tea with it, or you can even add it to like your soups and stuff.
I know I had that maca before, and it's
really. See, I guess I'm just.
Maybe it might have tasted better in my smoothie, but I was like, and it's thick. It's thick. That maca is thick.
And I'm making me look at you. Actually, making me look at my herbs too. I'm like, oh.
Like, oh, this is a good one. Listen, I'm telling you, you need to sell some stuff because there's a lot of ladies trying to get that junk in their trunk, and we don't want to go get no surgery.
No surgery. Don't want to get surgery.
No, I'm not trying to go. I'm too old to go under the knife. Too old.
It even say, I'm even looking at a sign that says saw palmetto berries are good for that as well. They're making a tea for it stimulates the breast tissue.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
that's what I was talking about with high blood pressure. See, we're talking about I never thought into looking at it for breast. So, but this is the thing is there's so many herbs have so many uses. I mean, it's amazing. That's one of the things that's why I love it the way I do. Because it just also to me just makes it feels like God, the creator, whichever one you think of, believe in, thought of everything. You know,
Everything.
not only did think of everything, but it also thought of me to even put me somewhere where you already thought of me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I just that's one of those things. It just it always find that amazing whenever I.
So we see on here that you have some beautiful, flawless skin. Okay, girl.
Mhm.
So can you? I said we see you have some beautiful, flawless skin.
Oh, well,
So
thank you. I was noticing yours.
thank you. So can you give like any advice on maybe some remedies or some things that you do as far as skincare as well?
Yes. I do use my own products. I have a turmeric soap as well as body butter. That's what I use on my face. But then I also had to because I was still was having some issues. I was having some kidney issues because you were able to see it around my eyes. So since I worked on that, it's really good. So what I've done is I do a lot of green juices now. I do a lot of chlorella and spirulina. Those are really good for your skin. It's good for your body. It's a blood detox as well as a good tonic. So I add those into my green juices. And then I also, and funny as it may sound, I decreased the amount of water that I drink, which was becoming an issue that I was drinking too much. So I had to kind of,
You drinking too
yes,
much water?
yes, and that's something that no one really discusses because they always tell you, oh, you need to drink a gallon of water, they drink water, water, water. And that's not necessarily true. That
It's for
you
your
don't need to,
body. It's for your body size, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. You have to look at how much you weigh to actually be able to see how much water you need to intake.
yeah, it's that, it's that as well. But then you also, sometimes just doing too much water, but I wouldn't have found that out. I was having like a little pain in my back, and I realized it was a kidney. I was like, this is like a little bit of ache that was coming up. So I performed a urinalysis on myself to see what was going on because I was noticing I was drinking a lot of water, and I also was using the restroom a lot, which is defeats the purpose of drinking a lot of water. So that kind of gave me an indication that I was absorbing the water that I was drinking. So when I did that, then I was able to just, adjust the water and add more of the green juices and kind of do like a little kidney cleanse, a little kidney rest.
I think that's what I need to do, like a little kidney cleanse or something. I really feel like I need to do that. Yeah.
All right, so what I would do is so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a little kit and then we'll be able to see exactly what it is that you need because that's what where I am now, maybe where I am now is wanting to do focus care. It's great to say buy this herb, but until I actually know you and and kind of take a look at what you have going on, I can tell you exactly what herb and what mineral you're deficient in, and then we can just start there. And I can say instead of you get just exactly what you need as opposed to just give me what we think you need.
So you can literally tell, like, just by somebody doing like your kit, what they possibly would need.
Yes, because what happens is it's all in just the same way when you go to the doctor and they have you slide, through the table. I mean through that window. That's what they're doing as well. It's just we're learning now how to do it on our own. And then also knowing like just the alkalinity of your urine to say what you're deficient in. Then that way we can do like give it or and exact about what's going on with you, as opposed to just like I said, we want to heal it instead of like you gotta know thyself in order to heal thyself. Put it like
Well, girl, let me tell you, you got a customer over here. Okay. You got a customer. You got me sold. I was sold after the first video I seen you on. So that's why I really wanted to bring you on here. Cause I was like, man, she's pretty dope. So do you have like any closing things, like, because I don't want to keep you on too long. We try to keep these videos anywhere from an hour to 30
You
minutes
just
short.
went very.
Huh?
The sound just went. The sound just went out. Can you repeat that?
I can hear you, but you can't hear. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay.
Oh, I was saying we try not to keep like our guest on too long, so we don't want to keep you on too
Okay.
long. But you guys, I promise y'all, we will have her back. Okay, so make sure y'all get more questions so we can ask her, because as you can see, she's very knowledgeable. Do you have like any closing things that you would like to say? Once again, tell the people where they can reach you at. And yeah.
Sure. I want to go ahead and first say thank you. Thank you for even having me out again. I told you this is new me. You know, just coming out, just to even share with you all. I'm just coming out now, coming as a full-time entrepreneur. You know, with COVID, it gave us a lot of flexibility. So, you know, so this is I appreciate the opportunity to talk about what I do, because this is really my passion. Again, just take it as one step at a time. Healing yourself should not cost a house payment a month. You know more than you think that you know. Give yourself credit. Be patient with yourself. Even if you made a mistake, or if you started your healing journey and you made mistakes, it's okay. Because I'm still making mistakes. So we're going to always make mistakes, but we're understanding what we're trying to do is unlearn a whole lifetime of bad information. So be patient with yourself. Love yourself. And also at any point in time, I just always want to make, we have to, just, like I say, just all of that. If y'all know, I'm from way at the bottom of Miami by the Keys. So if you want to contact me, I am available. I have, Facebook and Instagram. It's Yamayas, YAMAYASGIFT. It's the same thing on Facebook as well. I have on this on Facebook, it has LLC behind it. So you can contact me at any time. And I'll be looking forward to hearing from you again.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have her back. Okay. So
Okay.
thank you so much, Sheila. I really appreciate you you didn't know me from a can of paint, but you decided to still come on, and I really appreciate you for coming on. And you are a beautiful goddess. So I appreciate you.
Uh-oh. You froze.
You didn't hear me? Well, I'll tell you, StreamYard be tripping. I said, I appreciate you for coming. I said, you didn't know me from a can of paint, but you still came on. And I believe you are a beautiful goddess. So thank you so much. And everybody out there, thank you guys for listening. And we are about to be out. So thank you. Peace, Sheila. Have a good night.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And you didn't know me from a can of paint, so I was like, oh, she knows me.
I think I saw you on what's his name? God, why can't I think of his name? Storm Monroe.
Okay, yeah.
I saw you on Storm Monroe. I was like, we got to get her on because her products sound. I was like, her products sound amazing. So yeah.
I'm glad you saw.
All righty. So bye, everybody. Thank you, Sheila. I'll talk to you later. We're gonna have you on again. Okay. Bye, guys.
Okay. All right.
Bye.